Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel, right? And today we're gonna check out the brand new champion that we all received at the 3-star, Psycho Man. So I have taken the liberty of ranking him up already. Unfortunately I only had a couple of signature stones to give to the guy, but we're gonna make do, and this is gonna be kind of like initial reaction video, plus we're gonna try and string some combos together, if you will, because he's quite a complicated character, and I have absolutely no doubt it will take forever to completely figure him out. But we're going to be able to draw some conclusions. So, what I want to do first, though, before I go any further, is I want to check out how is his damage output compared to, let's say, Nick Fury in his, life model decoy phase. You can see how long does this fight take for a 3-star, and then we're going to take a look at how long it takes for Psycho Man. Because Nick Fury's damage output in live model decoy phase is good, but it's not crazy. Especially I'm not trying to like drop any special things there, bleeding out. So there's 23 hits. Fairly straightforward, nothing too complex. And well, okay, let's go here. We're gonna do the first fight against the mutant character, so with class advantage, and then one without. So he starts in his heavy attack control phase, so ideally you want to punish a heavy attack, then you switch to special attack phase if you do decide to switch, at which point ideally you punish a special attack. Now you want to hit his block a bit to gain some power. But I want to get that Fury, so I'm gonna switch to heavy attack phase. At this point, ideally, again, I want to switch to special attack phase before I let him do anything. And here we go, we have punished this one. And this will be it. So, even with class advantage, he will not have the biggest damage output in short fights. That's the thing, because that power gain is very cool. I like that. But when it comes to damage, obviously the fight took quite considerably longer and had to rotate through the modes. So I don't think overall he's going to be the craziest damage dealer, even though it's perhaps a bit too early to tell, because these are like some of my very first fights. I did have a couple of fights previously with him, but let's bait out the heavy attack, gain some power. So now I want him to use a special attack that I punish, but unfortunately, because he had a buff already, I didn't seem to completely... Okay, so I'm gaining quite decent chunk of power. So I'm gonna get a Fury buff now. Does some decent damage, but unfortunately here... Unfortunately, I couldn't go into another combo. Okay, so drop that special attack now, please. Perfect. So let's see what happens with this one. I have Fury buff active, and we have special lock the guy, but he didn't still die. And yeah, I do like playing him. It definitely puts your gears in your head running a lot. How can you like benefit the most and switch in between those phases, maintain a Fury, do a ton of different things. And that's quite the thing about him. I think he's gonna be one of those characters that has quite a bit of versatility, because there's probably gonna be like obviously the perfect way how to play him, but it will also probably change on matchup. Like here I'm just gonna try and do a bit different rotation, where I push her to another special attack once again. Perfect. So now I'm gonna... drop my special too, but ideally I would have been in a bit different phase. So this isn't too bad. Okay, so she can't use the special attack, but she still gains power in this phase. Okay, so I'm on special attack. Need to test out his shock on level 1 as well. He is definitely quite interesting champion though. There are things that I like about the guy quite a bit. So, control block, that's fine. Oh, she still did use that special attack because he was very, quote-unquote, unlikely to do so, but still 60 hits, so. Again, think against the next cosmic opponent, just for comparison, I'm gonna use Invisible Woman and see how long she takes to do that fight. And by the way, even a 3-star Psycho Man has a really, really cool mechanic. Well, not mechanic, synergy with Invisible Woman. So we're gonna get to that in a second. So here, I want him to throw a heavy attack, but he threw a special attack, which stinks. And I think I activated the wrong one now. Yeah, this is not the Fury one. Fine though. Okay, so this is the one that gives us the Fury and the biggest damage. So let's try and do that rotation for most part. And I messed up. Whoops. I hope I have enough in me to actually finish the guy. Nope, I'm gonna get wrecked. It's okay, I do have a couple of revives expiring, so it's all fine. I'm just gonna quickly finish the fight with a random champion. But yeah, such is the process of learning. Just got too carried away with what his abilities are rather than what I should be doing, which will probably be quite a big problem, because you do have to think a lot on your feet when you're using this champion. As I said before, I want to see how will Invisible Woman's damage be compared to the guy. Right, I do have the synergy with Psycho Man, where she can build vulnerabilities even if she's visible, I think, but it doesn't seem to be working here. Well, I'm invulnerable now. Still, we can see that Invisible Woman gets this done a lot quicker. A lot quicker. 29 hits. My head was in front of it. 29 hits. And Psycho Man was taking significantly longer time. So yeah, by the looks of it, by my initial impressions, and again, you can always be wrong. This is very, very early, kind of like days time with a champion. There might be much cooler rotations and whatnot. I actually want to drop a level 1 at some point here soon. Okay, so whoops, we got a poison guy. Probably should have stayed still there. So let him use that special. At this point, he's already taunted as well, by the way. That's kind of like quite a cool thing. But those poisons are ticking away quite a lot. So I'm gonna gain a Fury now, and after the Fury I want to go into a level 1. I just need him to actually throw it. Oh, I was in the wrong phase, I think. Yeah. Fine though. We still have the Fury active. And this should give us some shock damage, but it's a bit too late. And I messed up again. 4%. I call bull here, but no, this guy definitely has me intrigued overall. Access to shock, access to passive heal block, and taunt. That alone is quite good, so I'm quite sure that I will definitely want to get this guy. He probably will end up not being too remarkable in like a vanilla matchup, but when you're going to be shutting down opponents' abilities on their heavy attacks or on their special attacks, I think then in combination with his like SIG ability and everything else, it's gonna be quite good time. So I'm just gonna let that regen finish. We finish the fight. Let's do a couple more fights on the way. But yeah, overall, I like him. I like him a lot. I think his utility is going to take some learning curve. I think that there's going to be quite significant practice window involved. Okay, so let's punish this. Let's cycle. Unfortunately, it cycles into heavy attack, and I can't really practice that, so I need to do the level 1 thing. It's fine, so now it's on level 1. Okay, so I get power. Go for second fury. And this should give me... it gives the second fury after the special attack. That's unfortunate. We have 50 hits. Again, we could see that Nick Fury did it like 23 hits, Invisible Woman did it like 29 hits. So the hit count and the fight duration itself is quite a bit higher. So let's bait out the level 1. Hey, he wasn't supposed to do that. Fine though. Okay, so now I actually want to bait out a heavy attack before I bait out level 1. So I'm gonna take some hits in a block. Now I want him to throw a special. Now I want him to block. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, I am starting to get a bit of a sense of his rotation. And we could see that now, this time with class advantage, he actually got some decent damage in there. Now, this is magic, so against magic I'm just gonna quickly bring in like a bit beefier champion to get her quickly down. I don't want to waste too many health potions because of her limbo. And there's an actually interesting way how you can play around that limbo. This just gave me a thought. So if you stay on the special attack thing, when she uses special attack, she will not go in limbo. And if you hit her block, pushing her past bars of power, you could play around it probably. That'd actually be quite interesting. Okay, so this is gonna be a special attack one. Okay, so he evades. Still want that special attack. What is this piece of utility? Well, let's try test out this level 2 here. Okay, so... Oh, I really did not want him to do this though. Because when you put special lock on, they gain that bloody power, and I'd end up eating a level 3. So yeah, I don't like that special lock ability where it's cool that they can't use a special attack, but you still have that fear of pushing them to a level 3. And yeah, I was hoping that special lock will work kind of like Professor X's ability, where they're not gaining any power either. But I guess not. So let me get my parry in. So I have gotten my parry. Switch to this mode, get some power. Oh, uh-oh. Whoopsie. Well, I am in a rage now anyway, so let's just use it. So you get that Fury. The Fury is quite substantial overall. And this is gonna be second Fury, and that's gonna trigger the arc overload. But I have 2 Furies now, so I'm kind of cool. Let's go back in again. And let's see. Yeah, that heal block came too late. Cover this. Okay, cool. So with 2 Furies, he slaps harder for sure. But that heal block was mismanaged. I think this will about do. I don't want to keep you guys too long as well. So, what are my initial, very, very, very early impressions about the champion? I like his rotations. I like how he feels. I think his animations are cool. I think his abilities are and can be useful. I don't think he's going to be hard hitter in an average kind of scenario. As we could see, he get easily damaged by Invisible Woman and Nick Fury in similar circumstances. But I think if there will be some specifically good matchups where he actually cancels a lot of abilities with his concussions, I think that will help him quite a bit to become even stronger. So we'll see, obviously, as time goes by, when we see CCP videos and when we actually get the champion and we can rank him up and bring him in more different modes of contest. But overall, I'm cautiously optimistic about the guy. It didn't feel crazy hard to play him. It definitely felt like there is a learning curve that I have not yet had, and I am at the bottom of it. But I think putting in a bit of effort and completely familiarizing yourself to all of his abilities, some interesting things could happen. But yeah, that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you soon. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the